Hello everyone, it's Gojira Prime here with a little video, and today I just want to go over a little news article I found on cybertron.com with you in relation to third-party knockoffs. But before I do that, I do have a Facebook page, Gojira Prime, where I do share images of the figures in my collection, links to any videos I do, and anything else I find of interest. So if you do have the time, do please go and find the page, hit like, hit subscribe, and do feel free to comment on anything I do post. So, the article on cybertron.com, Shanghai police crack down on Transformers knockoffs, raiding factory and arresting people. Now, as we all know, for many, many years, there has been a continuous availability of knockoff figures from China in regard to the Transformers market. And for a lot of people, they are a much more financially available alternative than buying the genuine article. And you can see from this image here, I don't know if these are knockoffs in this image. I'm guessing they are, looking at some of the logos, but there's all sorts of stuff that's been made by these companies. So we'll just run through this article and then the main article that it links to in regard to this. So, big news for Hasbro's fight against knockoffs. There has been an investigation by the Shanghai police, which started back in April when Hasbro China reported on Wei Jiang's, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, activities. For those unaware, Wei Jiang is a Chinese company that makes knockoff Transformers toys. This investigation has led to a raid on their factories and 5 arrests. The charges are for allegedly designing, producing, and selling counterfeit Transformers toys. We also learnt of the process. A designer would take the official toys apart, map out the designs, he would then sell them to Wei Jiang. So the comments section is, I mean, they show you some pictures. I don't read Chinese, so I don't know what that post-it note said. But you can see the process there here in this video where he's taken the toy apart. The parts are all color-coded, various bits and pieces. This is a picture of their factory assembly line. And then there are some comments here as well in regard to this. I think the general consensus is this is, a little bit of disappointment that Hasbro are finally clamping down on this. But just to this main article now, police nab suspected Transformers toy counterfeiters. 5 suspects have been arrested for allegedly designing, producing, and selling counterfeit Transformers toys, Shanghai police said on Thursday. Police started their investigation in April when the Chinese subsidiary of Hasbro, which owns the intellectual property rights to the Transformers toys, reported that a Chinese company called Wei Jiang was producing toys nearly identical to its own. The knockoff toys sold on the internet under another name differed from authentic ones only in size, according to police. So this is basically the company that's producing the oversized Combiner Wars toys and other bits and pieces as well. Wei Jiang, based in Santou, Guangdong province, the company had an 8,300 square meter factory, employed 130 workers. It produced 1,500 of the counterfeits per day and sold them in different parts of the country. That's a lot of production for such a small number of people. The designs of the counterfeits were provided to the company by a man surnamed An, who owns a design firm in Shanghai. An, who is a well-known Transformers toy collector, developed the designs on a computer by dismantling the authentic toys and then sold the designs to Wei Jiang, police have said. The counterfeits were sold at the same prices as their authentic counterparts and earned 10% of the sales, according to police. Wow! I didn't realize they were selling them for the same amount as the official toys. That's surprising. I thought they would have been sold for less. But still, I can now see why Hasbro is getting a bit annoyed about this. The suspects allegedly sold the counterfeits for over 100 million yen, that's $14 million in total, authorities have added. During their raid on the suspects last month, police seized over 30,000 counterfeits and parts. So this is going to cause, quite a few headaches, I think, possibly for the the knockoff um, producers. Because if Hasbro is cracking down on this now, and if I'm honest, I'm surprised they've not done this sooner, we could see far less knockoffs on the open market. Now, I do have a few knockoff Transformers. I've gotten a few Combiner Wars figures off AliExpress because Combiner Wars figures got incredibly expensive, and I was not prepared to pay 45, £50 for, a deluxe class figure. The AliExpress knockoff option was available. They were far, far cheaper, and I took it, and I have no regrets about that. I have just recently purchased another knockoff figure, the SS86 Optimus Prime one. Happily waiting for that. Again, it was half the price, and I'd seen very good reviews of it as well. So for those people who do collect knockoff figures, and there will be a sizable chunk of the community who do, this is going to be, impact on them financially because, like I said before, a lot of the reason that people one of the many reasons that people do buy knockoffs is because they are a much cheaper option than paying for the full whack official Hasbro product. So it's interesting to see how this is going to track. I mean, I'm surprised Hasbro have not clamped down on this a hell of a lot sooner, quite frankly. But, is this going to put a stop to knockoff figures entirely, or are these companies just going to, turn around in a few weeks' time under another brand, another banner, and keep producing knockoff toys? Let me know in the comment section. Do you collect knockoff toys? Do you avoid knockoffs? Is this something you're pleased to see that Hasbro are cracking down, or is this something that is, you're not pleased to see? Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, the like button, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.